On the road, in the air, on the water. Buckle up. Always wear a life jacket.
Hi, I'm Rick Burnley, editor of Kayak Angler Magazine, and I'm here with Jimmy from Isle, and you already have a long line of inflatable stand-up paddleboards and other toys and such, but this is new for this year and a really big project it looks like. Tell us a little bit about this new boat that you guys have cooked up. What's the story behind it?
Yeah, we are very excited to be here at ICAST 2024 to launch the Flywater. This has been in development for 2 years. As the product designer, this has been blood, sweat, and tears for me personally, going through many prototypes to arrive to this final design. So we're really happy with it. And what we've done is we've basically taken our same technology and concept around hybrid products that can do more than one thing and created a hybrid skiff kayak. So it's a kayak, it's 42 inches wide, which seems crazy wide. However, because it's a catamaran and the floor is elevated 6 inches off the water, this has the speed on the water when you're kayaking it of a 30-inch wide kayak.
Gotcha.
So you get all that speed together with the stability of a 42-inch wide platform.
Right.
And that also gives you the space and capacity to turn this into a little micro skiff, take it out, put up to a 5 horsepower motor on it, and all of a sudden now you've got e-propulsion and you're cruising around either for safety backup, extending your range, or for purely just turning it into an electrified vessel.
Yeah, and that's what you've done with this one here. Take us through some of the features that you've rigged up on this boat.
Yeah, so here at the front we have a lot of carry handles that are strategically placed to allow you to carry the boat solo as well as with two people, because this can be a tandem kayak or a solo kayak.
Oh, cool.
It's set up right now for solo kayak use,
right,
with our really popular inflatable kayak seat, double stacked, so you get a double height, so you can do that with the two seats,
right,
to get an elevated position.
Much more comfortable.
And in addition, here we have our splash guard. The splash guards, we custom extruded this part with a slight curve to it. So what it does is just deflects the water down, right, away from the passenger, so you don't get splash over.
When you're traveling at speed, yeah.
At speed, but you know what we found is that also if you're kayaking and you're in some sort of little chop,
right, it
really deflects that as well, so it keeps you drier.
Gotcha.
So that's a really cool feature. When it comes to the actual materials, this is a 0.9 millimeter PVC. It's a custom PVC that we developed. We add a 1.1 millimeter non-skid PVC for the rail,
right, and
also in the bottom of the pontoons. And the bottom of the pontoons is where really that's the thing for most anglers that gives them the hesitation, is like, is this thing going to hold up in really challenging conditions and locations where I've got rocks, barnacles, oyster beds. And our material, which is called Infinity Fiber, it adds 5x rigidity and durability, and we put it in the pontoons and in the transom strategically to really elevate the rigidity and durability in those areas.
And tell us a little bit about this. Tell us a little bit about this Infinity Fiber. How is it created? Where does it come from? What's the background there? Because that's an interesting story in its own.
It is, and I don't know if we want to walk over,
sure,
but I can show you this demonstration. So we have this little demo, and what we've got is we have two panels that are drop stitch material, and these are the same inflation pressure, same thickness. And so if I stand on this one, which is just standard, typical inflatable, you can see that it has a lot of flex. And if I get on the one with our Infinity Fiber material, this is, again, we're seeing a 5x improvement. The nice thing about this material for us is that we're the only ones that have it for commercial use, but NASA and the Navy are using this for a bunch of classified stuff, and we've been lucky enough to have their data and get their data together with our own data to really quantify the performance of this material, and it's incredible stuff.
And that is in the floor, in the pontoons, you were saying?
Right. So we put that in the bottom of the pontoon because that's where you're going to be in contact when you're running.
Right.
And you might be running over really shallow water. Because
sure.
This boat with the catamaran design, it is an incredible skinny water boat.
Yeah.
It's a really low draft, but if you're in oyster beds or if you're in a rocky, barnacle infested area, you've got a lot more assurance of durability. Now, it's still an inflatable, and I can't promise you there's no way to
right,
rupture something, but we did something there to improve safety as well. So if we step back here a little further, this is a 5-chamber inflatable. So we have 5 separate air chambers. We have the floor, and then we have the pontoons separated by a baffle. And a baffle is a piece of material inside the pontoon that separates the two air chambers.
Right.
Not only that, but the baffle is conical shaped, and it's about this long.
Uh-huh.
So if you were to rupture this chamber, the pressure from this chamber would push that cone down here and maintain a lower pressure overall, but still the buoyancy.
Enough to get back to the dock.
The buoyancy would
Right.
be distributed throughout your pontoon. So we've really paid a lot of attention to safety, durability, and of course the design to make it perform. Because I'm a paddler at heart. I've been paddling my whole life, and the performance as a paddle craft is important
Right.
to us, just as much as when you put it under e-propulsion.
Excellent. And when are these going to be available?
They'll be available. We'll have a very limited quantity coming in August. So in about a month and a half, we should have those in stock. And then we'll have full production for next year. You can sign up at our website at islesurfandsup.com to be notified when those arrive, those first ones, and also then for next year. One thing I did want to mention before we go is that we do have this really unique custom motor mount system.
Yeah.
So it's a turnkey motor mount system. So one thing we wanted to do is simplify the setup. A lot of this in the kayak world, it's a lot of DIY, a lot of rigging, a lot of wires. We wanted to really simplify that, and that's why we include the custom motor mount system with the product pre-installed. You can put a little Bixby like this, 1 horsepower for e-assist, or even a bigger motor for going further and faster.
Excellent. Well, we'll look forward to these coming out, and we're really excited about trying them out. Thank you, Jimmy.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in.